This is a Headgum podcast.
No rap!
We can discuss, give me your truths, it never fails.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome to Keeping It Rel with
Young Wayne.
special guest today.
Oh, today is big. Today's big. Who we got in here, man?
You do it.
Oh, real?
Come on.
On me? Oh, we got it. We got great, man. Mr. Your Favorite Song, R&B. He does it all. What don't he do? I'm going to let him tell more about him. Hey, we got Eric Bellinger in the building. Eric Bellinger. EB, what's good? What's up, man?
I'm good.
You made it.
I'm here.
He in the building. What up, though?
Well, first of all, I'm a huge fan. You know that.
Thank you.
And like, what makes you interesting, well, it's a lot of things. One of the things is you sound exactly how your songs sound in person. Like, everybody don't sound like how they sound after they leave the studio. You sound exactly
Thank you,
like how
man.
you sound, which is crazy to me.
Thank you.
Like when I saw you live when I hosted your listening party,
And play the drums.
and I played the drums. Yeah.
Come on.
People don't know you play the drums,
Come
bro.
People
on.
don't know I play
Surprise,
the drums.
surprise.
I just was in the Guitar Center the other day because I bought the kids a piano. And man, I was in there for like an hour playing the drum. I didn't know you could just play.
Oh, yeah.
He's just in there
Like,
playing.
They got
buying
guitar
it.
rooms in there.
Yeah, you could come in
Get
there and
down.
just play.
Well, they going to have to kick your ass out of there one
Dude,
day.
the kids was like lost, and I like walked away from them. They like,
Yeah.
where's dad? Like, I forgot I was over here playing the drum.
part. Mm-hmm.
No, it was so much. But look, first of all, you also a boss, right? You know, you have like, and that's a big deal to me. I think it's gonna sound messed up. Like some artists look like, even though they have all the ice and jewelry, they just don't look. They look like they struggling. You know, they really ain't got it like that.
Still struggling.
You still struggle, but you, because you're independent, everything comes to you.
Yeah.
It's like, was that what
The
made you
pros
make that
and the
choice?
cons.
Right.
Man, I think it was something that I didn't decide, but was decided for me, and I didn't never know it. You know, when I was actually making the music behind the scenes for other artists, I kind of started off and got to start as a songwriter. That put me in a place where A&Rs, artists, people behind the scenes and in that realm looked at me as the support, the help. So naturally and subconsciously, I look at it like they never saw a superstar. They never saw the artist because so much they were used to calling me to write a song for this person, to, you know, write a song for that person. So as I started to release music on my own, mixtape after mixtape, from Born to Sing Volume 1, you know, to The Rebirth, and now all of the other music and countless albums that I've dropped, it always was me releasing it as a place of, do these labels not get my vision? Because I'm doing this album, I'm doing all this for other artists, and I'm doing shows, and it's like with me having the talent, they just look at it as the help rather than, hey, we want to sign you. You know what I mean? So it just became something that I got used to. 10 years later, 20 years later, you know what I mean? Like the success was like, oh, we did it without their help. I didn't even realize that.
That's weird. So you almost got typecasted as a writer, but how did they not
That's
see it?
deep.
Like,
I never even.
yeah,
That's crazy.
you were typecasted.
Well, they boxed, you know,
Boxed them in.
people box you in a heartbeat. But let me ask you this real quick too, because the mixtape, I don't know any other R&B artist that was just throwing out mixtapes like that. Like that was, what even gave you that idea that can work for a R&B artist? Because you know mixtapes is always
It's the Lil Wayne of R&B.
Yeah,
Yeah, I get that to Neiman, you know. My business partner that I came up with in the game and grew up with, you know, since high school, our method was to just keep dropping, almost like a Future, like a rapper, like a Lil Wayne. And because we were independent, we had the ability to do so. When you sign to a major label, they limit the releases because they want to maximize on every single song. They want to just make sure that, you know, if they're investing in something, they want to get their return, their ROI. So as we are just making music out of the love and out of the passion, I'm not realizing that 30 albums means 30 streams. 30 albums worth of streams and 30 albums worth of exposure. You know, just being in different places at different times, as opposed to maybe I only have 2-3 albums out. I'm all over the place. You know, I would say like a T-Pain when you just like flood the marketplace, you know, but we own it all, own all the masters and own everything. So it was all coming to us. It was like, oh, why are we gonna sign to a label? It just started making less and less sense as we went along. But like I said, it wasn't the plan in the beginning. Like he said, the typecast, that's a great way to put it, because people just saw the songwriter and didn't realize that I was building my own fans and I was building people that had been rocking with me the whole time. You know, they still come to shows and be surprised, like, hey, how these people know these songs? I'm like, oh, we lit, fool.
I got girls and people in my life that love you.
Thank you.
I mean, they were trying to put me on years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So what was one of the opportunities, your first opportunities to perform? In front of
Man, I'd say Problem. I had a song called I Don't Want Her. If they ain't looking, I don't want her. Me and Problem, and he went on tour and was like, yo, out of my set, I'm going to do that song. It would be dope if you come out. And, you know, when we rock out that song, we do it. So that was my first real opportunity to be on tour. And I'm talking about, you know, can't no artist ever tell me nothing about uncomfortability. I'm talking about no seat. I'm talking about seat is your truck, 2, back, 3, you know that middle row? It ain't no seat. I'm on carpet, champ, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sitting down with my legs straight just because I get this opportunity. But now, boom, 500 people gonna see me here. And boom, they might get my music and they might become a fan. And I always looked at it like building one fan at a time was the way to go.
Well, that's because you're a real performer too, right? You know, I think one of the things, once again, I talked about your voice, but like you put on a great show.
Thank you.
And, you know, I think it's interesting when you meet somebody who's a songwriter, right? And who did all the background stuff first. It feel like you almost become a mastermind because you're watching all these different people and how they move. Like, do you think that's a big why you have your shoulder
For sure. For sure. Like, so not only being there during the process of like a Chris Brown or Usher, Justin Bieber, Trey Songz, I'm there writing, but I'm also learning. You know, I'm looking like, okay, they got 30 songs. Like, how are they going to chop this down? Oh, okay, cool. How did they come up with that track list and why? Why was that the first single? Because everybody goes a lot crazier when this plays in the studio. Oh, there was a method to the madness. They released that for the sake of this promo or this marketing. Like, it had a lot to do more with the strategy rather than something happening on the fly. And I think because I was able to learn from a polished standpoint, even though it's independent, it looks major.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, I think about the band you have with you, right? And how in sync you guys are. It's interesting because, I mean, let's think about it, Eric. Like, you have a, like, crazy following.
Thank you.
Like, and I say this to myself all the time. I like to let the work speak for itself. I don't care about the hype machine. Like, cool, fine. But it's a lot of stuff I say no to because, like, no, just watch what I do. Then let that speak for it. I don't need the hype of it. I'm going to do what I do anyway. But then now you're seeing crazy success, right? Talk shows, you touring. Like, it's getting crazy. Are the labels now
Oh, yeah, it
aggressively
changed.
like, yo, what's up?
They've been calling for a minute now. I just, like, it got to the point where it's like, man, I don't understand why I would give up that much of my master. Like, I don't understand why I would give up that much of a percentage. I don't understand when I can call the same people that they calling. I didn't understand that in the beginning, but I didn't know the people in the beginning either. So with me putting in the time, I gained the proper relationships. I met the right people. So now I'm like, why would I sign? I know them. I can call Troy Marshall right now. I could call Sonny D. I can call whoever y'all calling. But in the beginning, I needed that deal because I had no clue what to do.
I heard somebody ask that question like about the masters and everything, and they said basically they'll do it because they don't want to put their own money up.
Yeah.
What do they mean? Like,
okay, if you own your masters, first off, that means you did the long route. You know what I mean? Which is the strong route. Now I get that because, you know, you have some success as an artist and you're hearing of everything with catalog sales. So it's like, okay, so you can sell your music and they're gonna give you millions and millions of dollars? Yeah, if you own it. If you don't own it, I don't condone it. So look, but so if you wanna do your music and you wanna release it, the main thing you really need is a budget. You know, that's the only thing you need. The label's definitely gonna come with that. They're gonna come with the bank, but it's all recoupable and you got to pay it all back anyway.
Yeah.
So if you are in a position to where you can sell some of your masters or sell all your catalog, whatever you may choose to do, it's your catalog. They will give you, say for example, I'm gonna just throw this number out, 12. Sometimes people do 17 times. I've heard deals that are 25 times the amount. But a standard deal is like, if you have a song type of way, say for example, me and Chris Brown, however much that song accumulates, say for example, 1 year times 12. From royalties, from all compensation, a company will say, hey, we'll give you that amount up front. And that's a lot of bread,
Right, just to have.
I haven't done that, but you could get that money and then you can use it to, promote your new music, your artistry with it, whether it becomes is a video that you need to fund, whether it's a promotion team, whether it's whatever, it's your music paying for your future, essentially. And as an artist and as a writer, I look at it like, if you can just create more music, why not? You know what I mean? You can keep getting new money from the music that you're making and let the new songs be the new income, and then you can do it all again. That's really what it's all about.
You already got the money.
Making
Okay,
assets.
got it.
Yeah, to sell to somebody.
Okay.
To the highest bidder.
You pump out a lot of songs. Like, do you got a notepad in your pocket and just be writing stuff?
It's
Like
a Jay-Z vibe, you know what I mean? Like, as I'm, like, what I'll do, like, I might have, like, when I'm about to write a song, I might have, like, 4 lines in my head that I might write down when I'm starting. So if somebody plays a beat, I'm going to come up with a concept first, and then I'll have, like, a couple start lines. As long as I have that, it's good enough to go in the booth and let the rest come naturally. But
how do you remember all these songs? Like, you are the only people, like, every time I see you perform, you can do something that you did years ago. And then, like I'm like, how do you remember all this?
It ain't just music. It's really, really it's really life. It's really like, that's why these songs are still crazy, because some songs are alive and some songs are dead. I look at, like, some music when they put it out, it's dead. It has a timestamp on it. And some music is classic. It lives forever. And I look at my music like it's alive. And there are feelings and emotions that I was able to articulate to the music. And now when I'm playing them again, it takes me to a place and that I can remember. And it's not about remembering the words. It's about just remembering the feeling and emotion. And it's like, even the catalog is extensive. Like, the songs all are so special. I wrote them. If I didn't write them, then we have an issue. You know what I mean? That's another thing, when people be on stage forgetting words that somebody else wrote.
So do new writers come up to you and say, I got something for you? I mean, I don't know.
I'm in a place now where I want them. I want it all. Yeah, okay. Your 2-year-old daughter had a crazy melody. What's up? Is your voice noted?
They do be having songs in their heads.
Yeah, exactly. Especially in the lullaby form.
Yeah.
So it's catchy. But I never was somebody that frowned upon taking music. I look at the greatest entertainers is from Motown, and they didn't write none of that. None of them. You know what I mean?
Real.
So, especially me coming in the game as a songwriter, that's how I got my bread. So I just always looked at it like, I welcome it, especially new writers. Rap is a little different. A lot different.
Yeah.
Well, something too, I like the way, you kind of old school with the way you do your albums. Like, nowadays, everybody, if you're doing a freaky album, that's all it's gonna be, right? And that's only like, back in the day, you had a Commodores do something and then do a Jesus is Love on the same. You know what I mean? Like, I like the fact that you still do that. Like, you still like count My Blessings is one of my favorite songs, but it's like, I like that you like. Now, I'm asking you this too. If you were with the label, would they almost force you not to do stuff like that? Because I wonder why we don't see that anymore. Where, like, at least one song somebody at least have
a gospel.
Thanking God.
Yeah. That's something that we grew up on. Right. But nobody's doing it nowadays. And, I think the younger generation ain't too privy with it. But that's definitely something that I remember, growing up on. And it takes the artist to actually have that desire to bring it to the label or to bring it to whoever it is, A&R, and like, yo, I want to do a gospel song at the end. Mm-hmm. It's like, if they not going to do it, then it becomes up to the label to do it, and they definitely not gonna do it. So it has to stem from your heart, for real.
Have you ever thought about doing a full gospel album?
Yeah, definitely, man. Like I thought about it, I just never forced it. I grew up in church, and it was a real tough upcoming when I transitioned into like singing R&B. I literally sat on the front row, PK. So when I was singing in church, of course, always, and that's my natural love. That's where the soul comes from. That's where the feeling comes from. And when I was doing the R&B, the church, man, they let me have it. They definitely let me have it to where I never really rushed back to it, to the when it comes to making music specifically. But of course, God is, always at the front of my heart. And the way I live my life, that just kind of took me to a place.
But but that's why you have to do it though, right? Because you have a very honest way of writing music, and I think it's inviting. You know what I'm saying? And you're right. I remember when I first started comedy, and like somebody complained to my mama that I was cursing on stage. I'm like, I hear you niggas curse all the time. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm cursing on stage because I can still come to church every Sunday. Yeah. But I mean, my point of saying that is, I think you should do it because I think you just have a better, more honest version of like, I love that song so much because it just feels honest.
Yeah. Thank you, man. No, that's the biggest part that separates me is my approach, like as a writer, it's like, what makes you different? Like I'm gonna sing the same song we always said, talk about or sing, but I'm gonna say it in a different way you never thought of, a perspective or a new refreshing, because it's the same music, it's the same concept. I love you, I hate you, or I want to be with you, break up with you. So what separates us is that. So I definitely, when you say that, it's like, man, you're right, like maybe it's not about me, maybe it's not about my pain, maybe it's about me actually just ministering to people in a way that I know God gave me a gift to do. Like, yo, make a song. All right, cool, watch this. How's it so crazy? All of my help cometh from,
That's what I'm saying. Like, cause your sound it's like perfect, right? It's one of the things I loved about Walter Hawkins. Like, I'm a big Walter Hawkins fan. Like, you could tell it was so soulful what he was doing that like pimps would drive to Try Christ.
Not pimps.
No, cause it was like you could hear it in the caddy, like, and I played Try Christ, and I'm like,
yep.
And I remember this white dude was like, dude, hey, what song is that? Let's Try Christ, Walter Hawkins. Because it just sounded like a cool song because he used to, like, I felt like he was good at, like, taking just soulful things that usually would be used to, like, make R&B songs or whatever. And he's like, no, I'm going to make it. And he didn't care what the church thought, I think.
Yeah.
And I think you have that same beautiful gift.
Thank you.
It's all about touching the people.
That's deep, man. It was that. It was tough. Because especially, it was like people that I love, I grew up with, so I just kind of felt scarred. And I did a video called Shine on the World on my recent New Light album and pretty much reenacted the scene on the intro of the video. And it was interesting how it played out because, people take it how they'll take it, but that was definitely where it stemmed from. So to overcome that and look in the mirror and do that type of album, man, that's inspiring. So I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, you got to do it.
Making that transition.
I got to do a random skit on that.
Let's go.
Yeah, no, he would love it.
That's a really good pastor voice.
I know,
really is a
It
pastor.
would be great, actually. I mean, it would be really dope.
Nah, man, that's healing. Thank you for saying that. I know I had a little moment, but
I wanted to ask about the transition from the church to R&B. When did you make that transition exactly?
Yeah.
And who were some of your influences coming up? Like,
yeah. So, man, I grew up listening to, of course, Fred Hammond, Kirk Franklin, old Kirk Franklin, like all the GP, all the What You're Looking For, Melodies from Heaven, So that was okay to listen to, maybe some Michael Jackson, maybe. But it wasn't until I graduated high school that I started making R&B music. Yeah.
all right, y'all. Before I even started podcasting, I watched a lot of podcasts. And one of the ones that I really enjoyed, hey, they had Jay-Z. They had Drake. I seen Cardi B, Damian Lillard, even Stephen A. Smith. Hey, that podcast I'm talking about is Rap Radar. And they're finally back and bigger than ever. One that I really want to see again, they had Omarion and Bow Wow on there, but they need to bring them back because Omarion, after that versus, I'm pretty sure he has plenty to say. Hey, Rap Radar is finally back and bigger than ever. Elliot and B-Dot, they're going to bring those conversations to you, them exclusive conversations. Hey, in culture, with the biggest names in hip-hop, they're going to do it again, as they always do, with their new home. Interval Presents, for the first time, they're on every single platform. They are back. We got Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts. Rap Radar, running the game, music, real conversations. Let's get it. At the same time, you had a scholarship to go to USC to play football.
Yeah, exactly.
So what, How?
Yeah,
What position, first of all?
Tailback, kickoff return specialist. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Don't
really?
kick it to me.
You was like that.
If you do, it's going back. If you kick it over there, we doing it reverse. You can't win.
Oh, you was fast like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
like all area, man, first team, all that type of stuff. And as I was about to, do the football, I had got an offer to sign to Epic Records. So Max Goose was like,
I know
yo,
Max.
okay, he was like, yo, want to do this deal, want to sign you and the guys, me and Tommy Mottola, Dave McPherson. So we did a deal, and I was trying to do both. I got hurt. I hurt my knee. So that's a part I leave out. It's not as cute in the resume, but in the autobiography. I hurt my knee, like Phyllis. So, but yeah, I had to make a tough choice, but the choice was low-key made for me. But, the rehab thing is just something I didn't really want to entertain. Plus, it was like, all right, I ain't got to get hit no more. So, I really, am somebody that moves with the yoke. Okay, what we doing? Are we going this way?
Yeah.
All right, let's try it out. If it don't work, I'm quick to move it off. You know what I'm saying? But
Now, I'm gonna say this too. So we was at the same event maybe a few days ago, and what I think is crazy about you, you're an R&B singer. I know ladies love you, but wifey, when I tell you, I feel like she's your biggest fan.
Yeah.
Every time I see you perform, it's as if she never seen you perform. You know what I mean? She be going and I'm like, I remember the first time you see that, be like, come on now. Maybe she trying to get all of us hype. But then I watch her and she's not caring who else is in the room.
Yeah, that's the energy.
First of all, how does that feel too? Because you are literally an R&B singer. You be wearing your see-through shirts.
I wore this shirt because of this. I got my R&B shirt.
He said, let me feel like that.
No, we specifically, I didn't know he was doing it, but that's why I got the shades on, my chest hair on. And then he covered up today. I showed like this.
I was going to do the button up, and I was like, let me be a little more cash. You know what I'm saying?
No, but I love that dynamic with y'all.
Yeah, man.
How did y'all meet?
So when I was in the group, Anu, long time ago, she was in a group called ISIS. Not ISIS like the killers or nothing. No, ISYS.
Anybody would have thought that would be like, she was a part of ISIS.
ISIS? You say ISIS?
And we had the same manager. So
okay.
I met her then, so this was a long time that we've been knowing each other. Just wasn't the right time, and I was a young buck. We she got a little age on me, and it was something that we were able to just be around each other and respect. I seen her and her sister all over the place all the time, and when I shot my shot, it was actually probably 10 years later. We ran into each other at a photo shoot for a campaign called BU. And that was it. After that, we linked up, and it was literally to start music. Yo, let's make some music. And then I was like, yo, I'm kind of feeling you. And then it was a decision. It was like, yo, if it's that, it's not that. Which one is it going to be? And we just went with it, and she said, all right, cool, I'm not going to do music no more. I was like, what?
Wow.
Okay, cool. We just gonna be together.
I mean, because you know what's weird? Like, I always picture y'all like just singing together. Like anybody that's like singers that like become couples, I'm like, man, they had a piano and they just started singing, then they became girlfriend, boyfriend. That didn't happen.
I be trying to get her. We did one song together, like maybe like 5 years later. But I just asked her, it's crazy, last week, like, what's up? You ready to do some music yet? And she was like, all right, I'm ready. Let's go. So I'm like, all right, let's go, because I got the jams.
I got the jams
For sure.
We need
It's a
another
cheat code.
Ashford and Simpson.
Yeah.
Anime, sing the song.
I said Ashford and Simpson.
Wasn't that supposed to be Big Sean and Janae Aiko?
He don't sing though, Wayne.
I know. I just,
What, they 2088? Yeah, they vibing?
Yeah, I
That
thought
would be.
people was rocking.
I said Ashford and Simpson.
That's close.
Do you know who that is?
Yes. I can't name the song, but I know that. I know they had
Is
a.
that Ain't No Man?
Solid as a rock.
Okay, that's fine.
Damn.
Do
I
you-
guess I'm old.
Do you
I
have
love
any
Ashford and Simpson.
favorite artists to work with?
Favorite artist, man, gotta be Chris Brown, man.
Okay.
Gotta be Chris. You know, we can make the craziest music, you know, and he's gonna make the video even crazier. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna make the artwork even crazier, you know? So it's always dope to see someone that's just creative, you know, and they let the creativity lead.
And you were on the project where you got the first Grammy as well, right?
Yeah. So that was Fame album.
Fame, yeah.
Yep, I did like 3 songs on that album, and that was the first time we worked together. So since then,
Oh, wow.
oh man, you know, it's just been.
So you on the latest one as
Fortune
well?
album. Yeah, latest album.
Okay.
Breezy. I co-wrote 5 songs on that one.
Is that hard to do though? Like when you know you're an artist also, right? And so do you battle yourself like, damn, I can't get this to him. I gotta keep this to myself.
You know, in the earlier stages of me being a songwriter / artist, yes, it was the toughest thing to ever. Like, no, this is my baby. You know, I'll give him this one. You know, but once I realized I'm the source. And once I believed it with my heart, it was like, no, give your best. Give your absolute best, because that'll make room and more opportunities for you. And if you could repeat it, you're supposed to be here. And if you're not, I mean, if you can't, you know, you're not supposed to be here.
You always
Time will
want to put
tell.
your best foot forward in everything you do. So, and you're doing that. And
Yeah.
That's a good thing with like, and that's a great mindset to have. Just because, I mean, I tell people that all the time. Like, if I think I'm a dope artist, I will be able to create again anyway.
Period. You
So
gotta,
it's
you
no
gotta
big
believe
deal.
it.
Like if this is what I'm giving this particular project, cool. All right, I'll be all right.
I missed out on some bags for sure. I was telling people no, like earlier in my earlier career, like why was I doing that? But
You like, no,
songs ain't even come out. Like, like you tripping, dog. You tripping.
You know, so let me ask you this: like, collaborations is a big deal, right? And it's so many collaborations you could do, especially in our business. Like, have you thought about like maybe even working on like movies? And
Yeah.
like making music for that, or have you started doing that?
Yeah, for sure. I a show called A La Carte that recently just got released. My first like music / TV job that I did was the sound design for the pilot. So that was like interesting for me to, you know, pick the songs and pick the sounds and timing when they go in and a snippet that complemented the scene and what it was saying in the song, but also trying to find a song that's not a major song so we can clear it a little easier. So now I'm looking for independent artists on SoundCloud, and you know, that made me work and gave me the bug, you know, for sure. So now I'm actually writing a TV show.
That's the show Megan's producing, right?
Yes, A La
It's
Carte.
really good, yo.
Yeah.
It's really funny. Jesse Wu's on that show.
oh, wow.
I watch a lot. I watch everything. I'm one of the people that watch
Yeah.
everything. Like if you promote it and if you're my friend, I'm gonna watch
Check it out, yeah.
So it's a really good show. That's dope. I didn't know you did that.
Yeah, just the pilot.
Yeah,
Okay.
He out here. He out here.
I did the pilot. They picked it up, and then shout out to Brittany B. She actually did it for the season.
Oh, shout out to Brittany B.
Yeah, man,
Another
she dope.
very
She dope.
talented artist and songwriter and producer.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? You bring her up too, and I was just talking to her about this. Like, have you ever had a situation where like it's an artist you damn near like really helped, and then they just kind of just be like, yeah, okay, thank you. Like they don't give you your props.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, are you gonna tell us who they are? No,
No,
let's not do that.
The list
It goes on.
You know, it's crazy. That's why I said her. You know what I mean? Like, I like to do that. I want to say the name, if you know, if you don't know, you know, because I've been in the position of the person that's writing songs, and when I try to step out, people try to, motherfuckers say shit on me, but, you know, but they don't want that, you know, and I stopped writing for a long time. You know, once Eric Bellinger, the artist name, started booming a little more, it's when I started focusing on myself, because I felt like with the songs that I was giving to the artists, they weren't appreciating it. It was like, y'all not understanding what just happened. So how about I go write them for myself? Then you got GOAT, then you got Drive By, you know, and them gold and oh, okay. So now after the trauma of like, man, I don't want to write for nobody else. They not appreciating it. They don't show me the same love. When I need them for a feature, when I need them to pop out at a show, when I need them to post anything, they're not there. So I went into the mode of like, I'm gonna just do it by myself. That's why it was like no label, no help, no nothing. And now I'm out of that phase and just into a place where obviously I'm back writing. I just did a new publishing deal, and I'm just kind of like doing what I did to get here in order to stay here, as well as dropping projects as always. This has always been a formula. So, you know, I think I removed the personal and the emotion, and then the business got more booming.
That's why, I mean, everything's always intention, right? You can't control somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, if you look out for somebody, like, you know, you give somebody some money, like some people are like, well, don't spend it on alcohol, but if I gave the brother the money, whatever this guy want to do, it's none of my fucking business.
Yeah.
I did it out of the goodness of my heart.
Yep.
Whatever you do with that is what you do with it. So with that even being said too, like, who do you want to work with now? Like, that you haven't worked? Like, there's two questions.
Down a list of
Yeah.
people that he's worked with. Wayne, can you?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh.
I mean, I have an extensive list now.
At least, and that's just the people he's songwriting for.
So the songwriting side has been a lot, but when it comes to like the artists that I want to work with, we can just take a lot of these names and just throw them over here, because it's time to get features. It's time to do all that.
Let's do the list first.
Okay.
Just run them off.
There they go.
Let me run off my list of who you have worked with. We got Chris Brown, Brandy, Usher, Fantasia, Justin Bieber, Tiana Taylor, Omarion, Jennifer Hudson, Ashanti, Bridget Kelly.
Boom.
I mean, I'm sure I missed a bunch more, but
I like
is there others that you would like to work with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Others? Yeah, I like to work with Janae.
Okay.
I mean, who else? You know who I really like? It's a lot of female R&B. Alina Baraz, really want to work with her. I love her voice and her music, man. Kendrick Lamar. Definitely got to do something with Kendrick. Jay-Z. That's top of the list.
Okay.
Drake.
Drake.
Yeah.
Okay. Surprised that hasn't happened.
I'm trying to think who like
indirectly.
I'm a fan too. So who do I like? Who do I think he'll work with him? That'll be great. You already worked with Brandy, which I thought was amazing. I feel like you could work with anybody. I mean, Beyonce, for real, it would be cool, actually, especially the way she plays around with music. She just likes to do, like, yo, let's just speak it up.
Cross his fingers.
I mean, I text Miss Tina, like, look, I don't know what's going on, but
we ready. Tell them
Hey,
I'm ready.
You got to make that happen.
you got to make this Beyonce and Eric Bellinger need to do something.
ASAP. It's something on the forefront of the timeline. I could tell.
And you make it like, cause that's a good question for you too, cause you seeing what music is going to this house phase right now.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, are you about to jump in on that too?
You know, I thought about it. You know,
Cause you already kind of got like girls like you know, has that same feel to it. So you kind of there if you want to.
Yeah. No, I can make the music. It always be about, all right, that's the thing, as an artist and as a creative, it's like, which song do we go with? Because I have so many songs, and as a experimental process when I'm in the studio, I got pop songs, I got house songs, slow songs, rap songs, ballads, mid-tempos, but it's just tough to see, like, which one do you make this single? You know what I'm saying? So, oh, man, and you always, as an independent artist, you're the investor, you're the financier, so you want to make sure you're pulling the trigger on something that will really connect, you know? with Beyonce and with Drake, especially too, his last album is like, man, I can do that. If that's where we want to go, let's go. Cause I go and it'll be my way.
You got to come kick it in Chicago, man, where house music derives. So yeah, take about a month.
Chicago,
Come kick it. You know,
but I think you should do it though. Like even if it's just a mixtape, just to play with. Because it's like I'm a house head, so like I can literally hear you on just some tracks. Because there's a lot of stuff that's just instrumentals.
Yeah, I would be down, man. I got albums that are like I got a reggae album that's just chilling. I got like what else, man? It's just different sounds. You know what I mean? I got an Afrobeat album. Like, I got a whole plethora. So now it's like, all right, what we gonna do and what makes the most sense to drop? But I'm with you on the like, man. I make all kind of music.
Well, you know what's interesting? I think especially what Beyonce's doing. Because house music has such happy energy. And I think what I'm seeing, hopefully, is that this keeps going. People just want to make happier music for people.
It'll translate to the community. It'll translate to the the things that are happening in our lives. Because if you don't think people are hearing the music with the craziness in there and going and doing it, and you crazy. Yes. But it's definitely like it's rubbing off. It's rubbing off on the kids.
So, I mean, let me ask you this, too. Like, I can ask me a question because, once again, I'm a fan. Because I'd like literally be just drive and listen to your albums all the time.
Give me the pound.
I really do. People be just saying stuff like, nah, it's not. It's really the honest to God truth. And the reason why I do like it, because especially this last album, I just like that everything doesn't sound the same, right? And sometimes I can't listen to full albums no more because it feels like I'm listening to one
good to hear that.
Track.
It's good to hear that.
Everything sounds different. And so it gives me different energy.
This one was. But when you hear albums like Drake, and like I studied Drake's albums, like from the beginning. So a lot of times it'd be one mood, you know what I mean? Or Janae, one mood, you know what I mean? Like Chris Brown is somebody that will give you a variety of music, And on this last album, we definitely gave a variety of music. So that's why I said it's good to hear because you never know. But I think because people are making their own playlists nowadays, it's not the mood that the artist originally intended.
Right.
It's the songs that they like, accumulated. So with that was the mindset behind this album. Like, let's make it more like a playlist rather than me giving them a mood. Now you got a slow song, you got an up-tempo, you got a bounce song, you got a gospel song, you got a trap song, you got a true R&B song, And, man, when we put it in the category for the Grammys, we did progressive R&B. So I think that gave us an advantage as opposed to just doing R&B. It was like, progressive, what's that? It's innovative. The drums, euphoric. Like, you ain't heard no drums like that, So it's the progressive sounds that really drive me.
Dang, and you got nominated for an award with that as well.
Got nominated for an award. I think that was one of the biggest moments in my career when it comes to accolade. That's the biggest acknowledgement in music, so to be mentioned amongst all those guys, especially as an independent artist, it really put me and my thoughts about myself in a different place, as an independent artist, you wonder, like, am I doing this right, or is people paying attention, or is it penetrating? But with that, it was like, wow, this feels really good.
See, that's because you really care about what you do. It's interesting. Like this last verses. It was just like,
let's talk about it.
It was just like, damn, man. Like, you see this brother perform, right? And he's like, he takes it serious. To watch what I watch, I can't even get one wish out my head. And it's not the version from the radio.
At all.
The dance and everything. It was just, when I think about that day, because I didn't go to the verses, but then I saw Ray J at the after party. I'm like, he was lit this whole time. Like, it was the craziest. He was singing One Wish probably the rest of that evening. For no reason.
Did they make him perform at the party?
No, well, they tried to get the mic from him. He was on the mic longer than he was supposed to be. It was the craziest thing. I could make a short film about what I witnessed.
EB, I don't know if you want to talk about it,
No, but
what
I
happened?
brought that up
What
just to say
happened?
that. I brought that up to say that I appreciate you though, because
Thank you, man.
you know, people just don't take their craft serious.
Yeah.
I'm like that with comedy. Sometimes when I see comedians playing, and I get it, like none of us is perfect, but like that big of a stage like that to display what R&B is.
Yeah.
You know, if we saw the old school, the old heads was ready, the Isley Brothers and Earth, Wind and Fire, they Frankie Beverly and Mays, but they're prepared.
They're prepared. Yeah. I'm a they say, failing to plan is planning to fail. You know, when I went on tour recently, man, for months before that tour, I was working out, I was hiking, I was trying to get my wind up. I didn't want to get on stage and be, tired. You know, I recently did the Tiny Desk with Usher. Like,
It's coming
you
out.
understand? It just came out today.
Oh, wow.
But the prep for that, I'm talking about vocal coach. Yeah. I'm talking about waking up early, doing vocal warm-ups. But we did early in the morning. So I'm doing vocal warm-ups. I'm drinking tea. I'm not talking. All of those things that sound like a myth. It's like, man, if you don't take that stuff serious, that's what's gonna happen. That's what happened. They didn't prep, they didn't take it serious. They weren't trying to be lasered in. Like, I'm trying to laser on this note. I'm trying to nail this note because I record in the studio with auto-tune.
Okay.
A lot of people perform with it off, perform with it on. It's different. But when I'm recording a song, like you say, they got to be perfect. So when I'm writing, I like to have it on there so I can hear the perfection. Then I'll redo it. Like,
I was just going to ask, are you a perfectionist? But you should be.
Then I'll take it. Yeah, then I'll redo it. Like, all right, cool, lesson it. But that joint need to sound perfect. Yeah. And the radio has a specific qualification and a specific quota for the songs that they play. And if you don't recognize that and you're not able to, like, put a little bit on there, like, it's okay, So when you sing live, it can either, I say that because I know a lot of people do. I know a lot of people record with it on. So when you sing live, you're used to that crutch. If you're a recording artist, you're used to it. That's just the process. That's what they've done. So when it's not on there, you have to, your ear has to be like, you have to know what a perfect pitch is. Otherwise, you're just going to sound like you don't know what you're doing.
Like
real.
BET messed up Givion's mic.
What was that? Because I thought it was like for real. At first I thought they put like the wrong auto-tune key on. And then I saw people saying it wasn't. And then I seen him do a joke on Saturday night or one of them shows where he said, I was just joking. It wasn't sabotage.
Oh.
So now I'm like, okay, you should have ran with that narrative. I was with you. But now I'm like, okay, is he or not? But I don't know, man. You gotta really.
He has a unique voice too. You would think he, like think about Macy Gray, right? Macy Gray has a unique voice, so she's gonna sound like how she sounds.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know what Giveon was doing.
I can't tell now. Yeah. I don't know. Like,
I think
was
we all lost.
I feel like the audio was off because if you look at everybody's performances, it seems like because like Lil' Kim missed her cue. Like I think Jack Harlow, he seemed like uncomfortable. I think the audio was off. I think everybody's earpiece was like messing up, and he, for some reason, said it was the mic when really I think it was.
The in-ears.
Yeah.
I don't really rock with in-ears. They be trying to get me to wear them. I wear them. I have to, but I just want to hear the people. Let me hear what they hear. Because once I hear only me, I don't know what they hear. I want to hear what they hear.
Well, Chloe did, right? Was it from Chloe and Holly Ladd? She did her thing, right?
Yeah. But she also went to the school of Beyonce, so.
Yeah, that just get rid of all of that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it do feel like, and it's interesting you say, like a lot of the artists nowadays are so comfortable doing studio stuff.
Yeah.
That they live perform. I went to see SNL and I saw when Gerard Carmichael hosted. It was Future and Gunna.
Yeah.
And when I tell you, I'm just being honest, it's one of the most boring performances I've ever watched. I was sitting there like mad. At some point, I wanted to go up there and just sing background or dance or something. Because they would literally just, it looked like a kid's talent show.
Yo.
What? They were just literally like.
Just chilling.
It looked like that on TV too.
It did?
Yeah, it did. It was.
I was like, I'm like, do it look better?
No.
Let me see it.
I was
Put it up
sitting there like, what the fuck am I looking at? Right?
Listen.
Oh yeah, it was the most, and he kept walking around with this suitcase. Like at the after party and everything.
Where is you going?
Yeah, the after party.
Yeah, and Future's energy just seemed all off.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Future.
That live show is serious. But that's what separates, you know,
Look at
the
that.
artist from the entertainer.
Hey. Okay.
Like y'all couldn't get no dances or nothing.
The lights are amazing.
Right. Looks awesome.
No lie, if Gunna was gonna go to jail for anything, it should be this performance. It's not good. It's not good.
We're not doing that, April, man.
Free my nigga Gunna. This was not good.
Yo, house arrest or something.
This
man.
was one of the weirdest.
Jeez.
Like I was sitting there, me and Danella was with my girlfriend. We sitting there, we like,
Hey, Daniel. Family.
I just wanted to yell like, stop! Fuck, man, stop this shit. Can you just get an audience member to sing Proud Mary or something? 'Cause this shit is fucking terrible. I'm sorry, I was so mad.
Speak now, forever.
I was so mad, like, stop it, please. In the future, just
Push and plea.
He wasn't feeling good that day, bro. Couldn't have been.
Every time I've seen, but that's what I like about, some of my favorite artists, like LL Cool J still performs in the pellicoat the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, last
Just
time I
like
saw
him right now, actually.
Anyway, yeah, LL Cool J still, so I ain't talking about.
I said, hat,
LL
man.
Cool J still, but no, well, I am inspired by that because
I
he's,
know.
he's
I
still
wasn't
cool.
cracking a joke.
Can't go.
You always think I'm trying to crack a joke. So
Can't
rock
go.
the bells, can't go hat. You like LL Cool J. He's one of your inspirations. It's nothing
I
wrong with
never
that.
told you that shit, so how you know?
I can tell.
He's one of your inspirations.
Easily.
I never told you
Volunteering
that.
inspiration
Yeah.
on somebody. He's one of your inspirations.
You're an asshole, man.
All right, man. So what was you saying?
No, I forgot what I'm saying. But I'm saying LL was my
Cool J.
favorite performances to watch, right? And that's what I'm saying, Eric. Like, I like now that you're getting like extremely your due. I
Thank
think
you.
people are taking notice, like, oh no, he's a real fucking artist, real R&B artist. And you could just tell you somebody that respected the way performances is. That's why you can still see Anita Baker and Gladys Knight. They still sound amazing.
Yeah.
Because they know tone. Maxwell.
Yeah.
It's so many, but it's weird. We going through a weird time. Like, I'm scared to pay to see some new artists. Because I'm like, man,
He
I
said,
don't
do
want
you got any comps?
Man, dude. It's because you don't know what you're going to get. Which is why I see why you mentioned that you want to, most of the artists you mentioned you want to work with has been, female artists. Because they're doing R&B. I don't know what these other motherfuckers doing.
It ain't R&B, but they calling it R&B, and then people think it's R&B because they don't know R&B.
Who are some male?
Nothing against, like, for example, somebody that I like enjoy their music, P&B Rock. I rock with his music, but the young generation, I've heard them saying, like, that's R&B. And I'm like, it's not necessarily R&B. It's like the evolution of R&B for sure. You know what I mean? That's what they are, crowning it. He could sing too. That's, that's another thing, he could sing. But the music, we know what R&B is because we grew up on it. But if they don't hear it, they're only going to classify what they hear to the best of their ability. It ain't necessarily rap, so it's R&B, And, I think R&B, it has to be from people that know what it is in order to really do it. Otherwise, you're not really making R&B.
I mean, that's what make T-Pain fascinating to me, right? Where, like, he was doing auto-tune just out of creativity.
Out of creativity,
He didn't need to do it. Because he can really sing. And so, like, now we're seeing what people that's just what they do, right? And it's like, damn, that's not, it's hard to give a person a live show when you know they're using that, like, you know what I mean? Like, I like to hear somebody sing. Like, when I see somebody, I want to see
That's all
some
I'm
sing.
saying.
New Edition, that's why I still like watching them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they shows is the best shows ever. They break off BBD, boom. You break off Bobby Brown, boom. You break off, Ralph Tresvant. You know what I'm saying? It's entertainment, That's where it stemmed from. That's where Usher got it from. That's where Chris Brown got it from. People like Michael Jackson, James Brown, like Beyonce, all those type of entertainers is a total different bracket,
You just
total
threw
different
out
category.
all of those names, and I was gonna ask next if you had a top 5 list of R&B of all time. You just gave 5 names.
That was it, right there.
That was
man.
it. Let's run those
when
names
it comes
again.
down to the entertainment too, you know, like it's not
So
a lot
full
of people
package.
doing that.
James
yeah.
Brown's the blueprint.
Yeah,
Like,
James Brown, Michael Jackson, Usher, Chris
Beyonce.
Brown, Beyonce. Yeah,
That's 5.
You gonna just give him his 5?
But no, he
himself.
had said them already.
Yeah.
So then that would be the 5.
yeah.
Let me tell you
But
something.
I mean, I'm gonna throw Neo in there too,
Okay.
Oh, Neo's good.
and put Beyonce as Beyonce for the women.
Okay.
But the guys, that's my guys.
Those are the guys.
Yeah.
Real?
I was going to say, this is why I brought up James Brown too. One of my favorite videos of all time is when James Brown was having a concert and Michael Jackson and Prince both showed up there. I don't know if you ever seen that
Yeah,
video.
for sure.
And he brings Michael Jackson on stage. And this one, I guess Prince and Michael was like kind of rivals.
It was
so-
ugly.
Yeah.
I know
It's
what you're talking about.
one of the funniest videos because I don't think James Brown knew who Prince was yet. So Michael Jackson told him to bring Prince on stage. Mike knew Prince was lit. Okay, if you watch his Prince he's like you can
It's
tell he's
crazy.
just in this zone. He take his shirt off, and James Brown just looking at him like, what the hell going on, right? Oh, that's it right there.
Oh, he actually
it's
has
one
the
of the
video.
greatest videos.
Real. Always bring
You know who
something up.
showed me this the first time? It was Crucial Conflict
What?
in the studio.
That's the most random.
Yep, this is it.
What YouTube? Is this the archive YouTube? Because I ain't never thought
You ain't
to look
never seen
up.
this?
No.
It's one of the
I've heard
greatest
about it
videos of all
though.
time.
I've heard about it though.
It might kill it too.
Sheesh. Okay. EB.
And then watch this. He just gonna break down.
Do.
The James Brown look at James Brown losing his mind.
It's going crazy.
Look at Michael do the thing. Michael. And then he go down. Let's keep it here. He's gonna tell him Prince is here. Now when James Brown start calling Prince name is what makes this funny. He's gonna go, Prince.
Wait, which one was the pole when the pole fell
This one
down?
it comes. It's right
That's
here.
this one?
Oh,
He
wow.
said he just insisted that he bring Prince. He don't know who Prince is. Prince? Look at he did this.
Oh no, they're gonna pole right there, yep.
Prince didn't know that was a fake pole and pulled it down.
He thought he could get
Now
on the
he's coming up
pole.
on stage on somebody's shoulders. Prince is sitting on the security guard's shoulders.
What? Man. I know, right?
He's sitting
What
on
is he doing? They almost got the close outfits. And then Mike. That was the R&B fit.
He said, you gotta do something. This is crazy to me.
Oh, he said, give me the guitar.
This is one of my favorite moments of anything of all time. You can tell Prince was at that concert having a good time, man.
They calling me on the stage.
Michael's like, yeah, watch this. He's just doing shit.
Right. Anything.
Go towards the end right there. Oh yeah, he about to take his shit up. Prince doing weird shit.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening, Real. What you got us watching, man?
Yeah.
Blouses.
Niggas high as a kite.
Ain't no question.
He hot.
Huh? Wait, he's so hot.
And he just
don't
started
have anything on
screaming and
anymore.
shit. He didn't even really sing his shit.
Right. He ain't singing in his
Look what
head.
he doing. Don't you gotta let that go. Prince is
What is
sitting down
happening?
like, man, what the fuck going on? My shit, I got my jacket still on.
He told him to do something. He took it literally. Look at, huh? Real.
It's one of my favorite videos of all time.
Rel be at home watching this on Tuesday.
Well, this thing about the backstory to the end of that, Sinbad told me, right? So apparently Prince was pissed
That they
that
called him
Mike
up.
told him to come to the stage because he knew he was lit. Sinbad told me that they started chasing each other in each other's limos. It was like a weird car chase.
No.
Yes. And Michael was cracking the fuck up. Prince came out there pissed. Fucking follow him. It was the craziest. But that's what Sinbad told me. Because I told him I love this video. He's like, oh, you know the backstory, right? And I'm like, oh, shit. Like, yeah, it's a true story. I was like, yo, them dudes like had a weird little
Yeah.
rivalry. It's because of this shit, though. It made it worse. Prince,
Come on in.
he insisted that I had Prince
That
come
nigga
up
was
here.
sucking his thumb.
So for even James Brown to be that honest that Michael insisted, you knew Michael was on some bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
He insisted that I bring Prince on stage. Prince! And he walks up on somebody's shoulders.
Why couldn't he just walk?
Oh, that's
wanted to have her.
This leads into my next question. If you were born in a different era, what era would that be to make this to be an artist?
Man.
That's a great question.
Yeah, right. Man, maybe like early 2000s.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, I don't know, man. I look at it like it was when the budgets first opened up.
This is real.
I seen one tattoo, Janet Jackson, the tattoo was moving on her body, you know what I mean? Like they was just doing unlimited craziness and, you know, helicopters and, you know, I think it was just extravagant. I don't want to go back too far because I don't want to really deal with that racism.
Okay.
It's still here, but I don't want it that blatant. Like, bruh, can I take some water?
That's crazy. No, that's real. I ain't never thought about it like that. Because I like the 70s.
I love it. I would say that. Yeah. I'm not doing it.
I'm good.
I'll take the Cadillac.
Are we doing a game today?
Yeah, we're gonna do a game. We have the song association game
Okay.
where I guess I give you a word.
Yeah.
And then you give me a song that you believe you go. Just go with it.
Just go with it.
Just go. So if I say the word how, what comes to mind?
Let me see. How did you get here?
Okay.
Am I singing or am I just? How did you get here, Deborah
do that
Cox?
shit. Hell yeah. Sing, brother.
How did you get here, Deborah Cox?
I mean, you can do what you want to do.
That was one of my favorite songs. I was so young and didn't really understand the context of it, but she just sang it so well.
Yeah.
Until I got older, like, why the fuck was I singing it? I gotta buy this tape.
Yeah.
This is really just a ploy because I wanted to hear you sing.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Idea. Let me tighten the bun.
I'll give you a few of those and then we'll do it this or that. So let's do
Okay.
another one. Surprise.
Surprise. All right. Let me see. I got a song called Surprise Me. I'm going to just bust that for the people.
Let's do it.
You surprise me. I'm going to cuff you up, make you wifey. Yeah. You surprise me. That's it, really. I'm going to cuff you up, make you wifey again and again and again. And I did.
Oh, you made that happen.
8 years, holla. What's up, baby?
That's how he knows all his words. He's living this every lyric.
I'm telling you.
How about wait?
Wait.
Wait, which wait?
Wait. W-A-I-T.
Okay.
W-A-I-T. Wait a minute, don't you hear me, baby? It's gonna be alright, you don't have to fight. Hey. Genuine.
Real.
Just do the little.
What was that? That's the way background. That was a whisper. Last one I got body.
Body? Okay. My body all over your body. It's your body, babe. All over my body, babe.
There you go.
We ready?
You got him to sing, April. There you go.
did.
We ready?
All right.
We ready?
My day is fulfilled.
We ready?
Let's do a little this or that real quick.
All right.
Writing or singing?
What you mean by this is that?
This or that?
Okay.
Writing or singing?
Writing. I gotta drop the song.
Yeah. Write alone or with the team?
Man, if I'm trying to eat with everybody, right with the team. But if I'm trying to really do something that ain't ever been heard, it gotta come from me. It just has to. I'm patient with my words. I'm not gonna go with the first thing I hear. I'm gonna think about it, and yeah, man, I think some jobs are left to be done alone. But I appreciate a co-write always.
Do you have any favorite writers that you work with or producers as well?
Favorite collab writer? Man, I want to shout out my brother K2. He passed away, and that was my writing partner when I first was starting music. When I was doing my albums, a lot of the songs I wrote with K2, so I want to shout him out.
Okay. The last one, man. I didn't get to ask the question about this, but yoga or meditation, because I know you're really into that. And so,
man, I'm gonna go with meditation. Although you can meditate while doing yoga, but I'm gonna go with meditation just because that when your mind is empowered, man, it's crazy the possibilities and potential. I think yoga is great for personal, like being in shape. And your core being right and you being able to stretch, all that's great. But if you can stretch your mind, the benefits are much more substantial.
Meditation, where's that?
there it is. That was
All
it.
right, well, thank you for hanging out with us, man.
Had to keep it real.
You know what I mean? That's a soundbite.
Yeah,
You should make everybody say that now.
yeah.
This is a man, mogul, R&B singer, more than that, a husband, father,
Yes, sir.
the amazing Eric Bellinger, y'all.
Thank y'all. Yeah, this gonna be your favorite song. Now it's official.
Rel, keeping it real.
That was a Headgum podcast.